Jay Cutler's impact on the Dolphins, I think, will be kind of minimal. What it does mean, though, and what it does set up for is the next quarterback to be signed. All I heard all weekend, and right or wrong, what I heard was Jay Cutler versus Colin Kaepernick. Who should the Dolphins go and sign? And I think you can make the case for either. Both have shown a skill set worthy of being on a team. Both have shown the skill set worthy of, if your quarterback is out, who should you go and get? The next guy on that list, though, of who you should go get probably isn't Kaepernick. He's probably third or fourth on that list. The next guy to go get, now that Cutler's gone from broadcasting back to football, is how long was he a broadcaster? For like 2 months he was with Fox. Tony Romo, who, despite what has been said, despite comments made, despite actions he's taken, do you really think if a team came into him and was like, hey, we just lost our guy, we need you, a.k.a. Baltimore Ravens, cough, cough, a guy who's 34, or Tony Romo's 37, apologize, Jay Cutler's 34. A guy who's 37, still has a good arm, still is slightly mobile, and even though he's injury prone, still has a lot of talent and probably a lot left in his arm as far as playing potential. You're telling me that if a team like the Jets, who aren't going to be really good, the Browns, who aren't going to be really good, and their quarterback gets hurt and they don't want to necessarily turn to their young, well, the Jets have no one to turn to. I have a really good chance of playing for the Jets this year. But if you have a team like the Browns, maybe they don't want to throw Deshaun Kaiser in there and they're willing to give Tony Romo a $10, $12 million deal, he wouldn't do it. Or how about even better? Because if you talk about a team that does have talent, a team that does have potential, and might just be a quarterback away, like the Dolphins feel they are. They were a playoff team last year, lost Tannehill, obviously had to start Matt Moore in the playoff game, and thought maybe if we get Tony Romo, that's an upgrade over Matt Moore. Jay Cutler's an upgrade over Matt Moore, or maybe you think, he might be a push with Tannehill. He might not. He has probably more arm talent than Tannehill, and the Dolphins think that's what's going to get them over the top. Why not, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, go after Tony Romo with a burning passion if you're 5 or 6 games into the season and Blake Bortles is just showing he's not going to rebound and that 35 touchdown season was a fluke? Think about this. The Dolphins have what elements to make it appealing for Jay Cutler to go there? Well, they've got a big-time target in Jarvis Landry, who is probably the most underrated receiver in football. They've got a very good defense, an okay to above average offensive line. Let me show you what the Jaguars have, Tony Romo. I'm going to pitch the case for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tony Romo, if you come to our team, we have 2 dynamic wide receivers in Allen Hurns and Allen Robinson, who are just a season away from both having over 1,200 yards. We have a top 10 defense with more talent coming in, and another year with Malik Jackson. We have Leonard Fournette, who's this top 5 rookie running back that we just got, and we think he's going to be great. And we got a pretty good offensive line. So what can we promise you? Dynamic receivers, good running game, great defense. Wow, that sounds like the formula that you won when you were with Dallas in your prime. If I'm Tony Romo, and I'm not, but if I was Tony Romo and I'm looking at that, that's where I'm going. I get it. The broadcasting spot next to John Buck is a great spot to have. It is one of the more illustrious spots in broadcasting to have, which when you have no broadcasting experience to jump right into that is great. That's all good and well. But a $10, $15 million contract for 1 year, especially when you're probably going to be asked to play 9 or 10 games because they're going to start the season with Bortles, you've got to really look into that if you're Tony Romo. Don't stop throwing a football. Don't stop working out. Don't start preparing. You got to give X amount of time to your broadcasting job, leave an hour or two on the side to make sure you keep throwing a football and staying in shape. Because the Jaguars will need to call, because I don't see Blake Bortles rebounding. And if Jay Cutler can get a deal for $10 million, I absolutely believe Tony Romo can get that or more. And I think the Jaguars, if you're looking as a talent basis, have more talent than most people think, and really are just a quarterback away. I thought the Jaguars were going to be the dark horse team last year. I was very high on Blake Bortles at one point. He started throwing interceptions off people's feet, and that'll really kill your enthusiasm on a guy. But if I'm Tony Romo and if I'm the Jaguars or I'm Tony Romo, I need to find a way to get the other's number, to call him and say, hey, what are you doing week 6 of the NFL season? Because this is a match made in heaven, and this needs to happen. My dark horse team is Denver if they're struggling week 6 or week 7, and John Elway's never been shy about pulling the trigger, and he's not a build up, rebuild kind. He's just not in a rebuild mode. He's shown boom, boom, boom. I want to make things happen fast. Oh, Kyle Lawrence not working. Throw Tebow in. Oh, well, I don't believe in Tebow. Peyton Manning. Boom. Brock Osweiler. I don't think he's the future. Get out of here. And I don't think he wants to go through another season if Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch both show that they can't play. And I don't think he's going to have a very long rope. But you get a guy like Tony Romo, who I think John Elway is shown to be in one of the most top 3 to 4 respected former quarterbacks. And if you're Tony Romo, I think that's a great situation for you. Once again, dynamic defense, dynamic receivers, good running game, improved offensive line. Hey, I'm rooting for Trevor Siemian, but Tony Romo wouldn't be bad. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. If you'd like to see more videos, click right here on my chest, and I will see you guys next time.